Guys, I swear this computer is the definition of sketch. I just kind of had to cobble it together at the last minute so I could get some stuff off of its hard drive. But, well, let's have a quick rundown. No I/O shield. The back of the case is bent up. There's a bunch of missing slot blanks. Sketchy, almost dead Apevia power supply. Interestingly enough, though, it is switch mode. Not switch mode. That's not what that means. It has... You can switch voltages. That's what I was trying to say. It just kind of... It has a Radeon X1900 GT in it that I just kind of found. Can't get that to stay in, really. I want to get a new power supply for it sometime. I might be able to dig one out somewhere that would work. Man, this thing is just... See what I mean by sketch? It doesn't even want to screw in the DVI converter. What the heck, man? Let's try this one. I'm really confused. As to why this won't actually work. And there goes my computer in there making noises. This may just not screw in. Okay. Whatever floats your boat. Anyway, its previous role, was just to sit here. So when we needed a computer in this room. Its role now is to not do anything at all because of its power supply being all sketchy. I hope to replace the power supply and get it up to snuff. Basically, I have that GeForce 8800 GT that I could stick in there to replace that old Radeon. Install this on the machine and it would all be great. But for now, I just got to see if I can get it to work long enough to get some stuff on it to transfer to this Core 2 Duo. This machine is an Athlon 64 x 2 4200 plus, I believe. Yeah. On socket 939. 2 gigs of DDR1, I believe 133 megahertz. It's really slow. Anyway, let's look inside the front panel here. That's obviously not the original floppy drive. The original one died. So did both original optical drives, so neither of these are original. Yeah, it's running Windows XP Home Edition. Service Pack 3. It's got a 200 gig Maxtor DiamondMax 10 hard drive in it. I have a feeling that's about to die too, so yeah, I want to get a new one of those. Anyway, I don't know, smoke test? Whoa. .167 megahertz. Yeah, and something is wrong with this processor's integrated memory controller, and it will only operate in single channel mode. When I put the old 3800 plus single core processor back in it, dual channel memory works fine. So we're limited to 2 gigs of RAM with the dual core processor in it because of a memory controller problem. But impressively, the machine is functional. Just loud. And the power supply sounds very sick. You can just hear this loud, high-pitched hum coming from it. Here, let me turn the fan down. There's something unique about Apevia power supplies. Yeah, now you can probably hear it. Loud power supply. Very loud power supply. Anyway. So here it is, still booting up. Very slow. And to think this was my computer at one point. It actually was, too. It was, before I had my current computer, I had this one. At the time, it had a GeForce 7800 GTX in it. Except that died, so that card is no longer in it. And there we go, Ethernet's coming online. And there we go, still coming on. Well then. This thing, of course, might last a little longer with its current power supply, but I don't like to trust power supplies that make loud humming noises. It's just, you know, good practice not to trust those. Power supply does have a window. You can see all the internal components. That's kind of cool. See if it's ready for us yet. There we go. You can see this is what we used to have to deal with, 200 gig hard drives. It's crazy to think that now, but I used a 200 gig hard drive back in 2010 and 2009, but yeah, 200 gigs, and actually at that point in time it was entirely full of my Steam games, which is funny because I only owned like 50 games or something back then. Maybe not even. I don't know. That was before bundles were really a big thing, so few people had very many games. Anyway, here's ReadyShare. This is everything that I need. So I already have some stuff, but I got to get a couple more things onto the Core 2 Duo. So I'll transfer that to my network drive and be on our way. Any of you guys ever noticed that Microsoft seems to have a bit of a sense of humor in their naming schemes? Privacy. That's funny. That's what we call a bad joke in 2002. It's hard to believe Windows XP is that old, but Windows XP is in fact that old. I mean, really, the interface, you can kind of tell it's from that time, but well, I mean, Windows XP is timeless. It was just so good. Well, guys, I think my work here is done. Alright. Well, let's get everything transferred to the new computer. Alright. Good old 500 gig hard drive. That's one thing that hasn't changed since the Core 2 Duo era. And that was only like 2008. It's kind of interesting to me that we still have plenty of 500 gig drives around. Anyway, so I think I'll just drop that there. I think that's where it expects the configuration files to be. And then I guess all this other stuff we don't need yet. Well, whatever, I'll copy it anyway. Well, no, we don't want that in my OneDrive documents. That would fill up the entire Team Miscellaneous OneDrive. There we go. I just kind of figured I'd show what the new computer is going to look like. And, by the way, if you're looking for a computer that isn't necessarily new but can run Windows 10 quite well, that's pretty much all you need. It's a Core 2 Duo. Alright, so now we're just apparently copying System Shock, which was configured in Defend Reloaded. Anyway, that's pretty much it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.